Hello, RPT 230 classmates. My book report was on Black Hawk Down. So, Black Hawk Down is basically Operation Battle of the Black Sea. An operation of Battle of the Black Sea was these military personnel that were sent to Somalia. Approximately like 18,000 soldiers were sent out there. And why they were sent out there was so that they can capture this one villain. I can't pronounce his name pretty good, but they were trying to capture him just because he kept taking food and all that from the refugees and all the people that were like, because where they were placed at, they were starving and everything. So the soldiers tried to help out by like sending trucks with bags of food and rice or grains and all that. And they would seize them, and since they weren't getting shot at, they couldn't do anything. The soldiers, at least. The villain, I forgot his name. He would shoot the innocent people, the civilians there, but the soldiers couldn't do anything. So what the soldiers had done was they were gathering info on people that were helping him out, and they were gonna capture him so that way they can cut out his income and like all like that, basically, so he wouldn't have money for like guns or anything like that. So he basically run out of resources and be powerless. What was supposed to be a 30-minute operation turned out to be over a 12-hour operation. Everson, our main character, was 18, I believe so, or he was in 20. He was very young compared to everybody else. Him and his platoon, they were like the youngest ones out there. They were in charge of going to this helicopter that was shot down from the sky, and the helicopter was a Black Hawk. So as you can guess by the name, Black Hawk Down was basically based on this helicopter. So the helicopter, which is heavily emphasized, was No Man Left Behind. There was 2 pilots and 2 gunmen, I believe so. All of them died except the one pilot. He was just injured. Some snipers volunteered to go down there and secure the area while backup arrived in time, which was Everson's platoon. So as the snipers go down there, they're basically defending them, and they were able to take out the pilot, and they took him to like a little corner of a building where he had to basically wash their bags while they were just getting shot at by like hundreds of Somalians, which was crazy just because they didn't have money. But when one of them that had a weapon died, another one would pick it up and shoot at them. The pilots did die. The 2 snipers did end up dying, and the one pilot, he was taken hostage by a good old drug dealer for ransom, so the military could leave him alone and take their guy. His name was Michael, I believe so. I forgot his last name, but Everson was able to get there just after all that. Like, it was already like dark because they were so far away. Like, they had to run many miles just to get to the Hawk because there was no transportation to get there because the people that they were there against, they were shooting at them. And what had happened was that they were securing this area, right? It was like a cross section. You get a cross section. They were on one side of the buildings, and one of them were across from them on the other side, diagonally. So they were basically how to watch their six and all that. What turned out was that Everson was waiting for some medics and all that to arrive, people with like the cars and everything, so they could get out of there, because they had wounded and everything. But what had happened was that since the high casualties weren't expected, there wasn't enough room for every soldier that was injured to go out there. So they basically stacked soldiers on top of soldiers and just try to make room for the people that were injured or dead, just to carry the bodies out there. So the ones that were well and weren't shot or anything had to go walking or running just along. So you could just imagine that, just having to run for like a good 12 hours and just getting shot at, and then with all the weight and everything, plus minimal water and all that, just because they weren't expecting that much. HQ told them No Man Left Behind, so that's why they basically stayed there until more backup came up to get all the soldiers that were in the Black Hawk. This was Everton's first mission, and it didn't go as he planned. He lost many good friends and soldiers, so it was kind of a sad start for him. Grimes, which was another main character, for him it was not what he expected. Grimes was usually in the office making coffee for everybody, aka Grimes, because he would grind the coffee. So yeah, so for him it wasn't the same thing. He got shot too as well. But overall, the story and how it was based on a true event was well explained and well informative. Like, it made you actually seem like you were there, which made the movie just feel that much more better. I do recommend the book. The book was really good. It was probably one of the best books that I've read in a while.